What's the dumbest way someone tried to educate you on something? A stranger tried to get me kicked out of an ice cream shop for buying my kid a sundae. It was my son's day off from school, and I wanted to nail being the best dad for the amount of hours I worked a week. So I picked him up and then we went to order the biggest sundae on the menu. The cup looked confused about its job. Chocolate, caramel, sprinkles, gummy worms, cookies, brownies, and a brave cherry trying to hold it all together. My kid did the first scoop and did the happy bounce in his seat. "This is dinner," I told him, and he nodded with sticky approval. We were laughing at the gummy worms falling over the side, but then suddenly, out of nowhere, a woman power walked to our table with the energy of a drill. She pointed at our bowl like it had broken a law. "What are you doing?" she asked angrily. I blinked and checked the bowl to make sure it wasn't spray painting the wall. "Having ice cream?" I said. "With a child?" she asked, as if I had confessed to a crime. My son froze with a bite halfway to his mouth and looked at me like we were about to be arrested by Sprinkles. She said I was ruining his life and stunting his growth. She just kept yapping and yapping, like sugar was an addictive poison, and I needed to stop immediately. My kid slowly put his spoon down like it was evidence. "It's his day off," I said. We made his bed, read a book, and now we're having a treat, I added, which felt weirder the second I said it out loud. She snapped her fingers at the counter and called for an employee. "Excuse me," she shouted. "We have a case of child endangerment." The entire shop turned their heads at the word case. The teenager behind the counter blinked through 3 levels of confusion. "Everything okay?" he asked, looking at me. Then the sundae, then the woman's finger. "No," she said. "He is feeding this boy poison." The employee looked at the menu that only sold sugar and dairy. "We sell sundaes," he said, unsure if he was in a prank video. "Not that one," she snapped. "That one is a hazard." She told him to kick us out. "Am I going to jail?" my son whispered, and I told him no, now getting more upset. "Ma'am, you need to leave them alone." She scoffed and demanded the manager. The manager arrived carrying a stack of napkins like a shield. The woman yapped about refined sugar and moral decay. The manager nodded repeatedly, then said, "Ma'am, we can offer you a sample of mango sorbet." "I do not want sorbet," she said. "I want you to stop this man. He bought it for me." My kid said, and reached for a gummy worm. She gasped and put her hand in front of the bowl. The manager raised a palm and said, "Please do not touch the food." Now, he was getting annoyed. "I need you to step away from their table," he said. She tried a new angle and accused the shop of promoting childhood illness. She went as far as threatening a bad Yelp review. The manager pointed toward the door and said, "Then please do that once you walk out that shiny front door." She demanded a refund for a product she didn't even buy. He said no in the polite corporate way. She finally announced, "I am banning this child from sugar," and the entire room watched the exit sign for a reaction. "Ma'am, you are not in charge here. You need to leave right now." She stood still, waiting for the building to agree with her, but it was silence, so she huffed, straightened her cardigan, and walked out with the posture of a courtroom exit. The door chimed and everyone went back to chewing. My son exhaled and took a bite the size of a decision. The manager asked if we would like a coupon for the troubles. I was fine without one, but my son, he was full on smiling now. I could never say no to something like that, so we left with a free ice cream and a discount for the next time we came.